Hello viewers and welcome to the lesson. We continue with KGCSE Grade 9 Mathematics Revision. This is the Timer National Series, the second trial for 2025. I will leave the link to download the question paper in the description. So let's go to section A of the paper. Section A of the paper. Question 1. A farmer had 135, 867, 240 coffee trees in his farm. What is the total value of digit 3 in the number? So you need to be very keen with this, the total value, not the place value. So we shall use the place value in order to get the total value. So the first thing we'll do is getting the place value of digit 3. So what is the place value of digit 3? So 1, 3, 5, 8, 6, 7, 240. So this is how we get the place value. So from the right, 0 is ones, then 4 tens, then hundreds, then thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, then million. Then you notice that these 3 is in the place value of tens of millions. Tens of millions. So this means that in this value there are 3 tens of millions. 3 tens of millions. So this is how you get the total value. We take the place value, we take the digit itself, digit 3, and then we multiply by 10 million because it is the place value of tens of millions. So 10 million, like that, and this will give 30 million. That is the first answer there. We go to question 2. A plot of land is in the shape of a rectangle measuring 108 meters by 84 meters. Trees are planted along its sides at an equal interval. What is the greatest distance between the trees? The question is, what is the greatest distance between the trees? Now, the greatest distance between the trees will be given by the highest common factor, or the GCD of 108 and 84. So we get the GCD of these 108 and 84. You can use the factor method, or you can use this method that I'm using here. So you start by dividing everything by 2. 108 by 2, you get 54. 84 divided by 2, you get 42. Then divide by 2 again. 54 divided by 2, you get 27. 42 divided by 2, you get 21. Then from there, not divisible by 2 again, so you can go to 3. 27 by 3, you get 9. 21 by 3, you get 7. So when you look at 9 and 7, you don't have any other common factor that you can use. And therefore, the GCD will be 2 squared times 3. And this will be 4 times 3. 4 times 3, 4 times 3, which will give 12. So the greatest distance between the trees is 12 meters. We go to question 3. An advertisement billboard is in the shape of a square. One side of the billboard is 8.216 meters. Using mathematical table, determine the area of the billboard in square meters. So this is a billboard, and the billboard is in the shape of a square. You're given one side of a square. You know that in a square, all the sides of a square are equal. So you're supposed to determine the area of that billboard. In simple terms, you're supposed to get the area of that square billboard. And how do you get the area of a square? Side times side. So this will be, one side is 8.216, then multiply by 8.216 because the sides are the same, which is the same as 8.16 square. Is like getting the square of 8.216. So using the tables of squares, you get the square of 8.216. So go to the tables of squares, and then I want you to go to where we have 8.2. So 8.2, so is there. Then 8.21, 8.21, you read the value that is at 8.21. When you go straight, that value will be 67.40. So what is remaining is 6. What is remaining is 6. So you shall go straight where we have the column, the add column. You can see there the add column. Go straight with that row where we have 8.21, and then straight up to where we have up there we have the column for add, and for that column you'll notice 6. So drop down with 6. So drop down with 6. The value that you find there along that row where you have 8.21 is 10. So you add 10, and that is why you add 10. It be very keen you add. So this will give 67.50. So 6. This was 6. Column of add 6. Then we drop down. We got 10. So it's supposed to be 67.5. We go to question 4. Question 4. In grade 8 in Masai Junior School, 6 divided by 11 of the learners are girls, while the rest are boys. What is the ratio of boys to girls in that class? What is the ratio of boys to girls in that class? So we're going to take the whole class, boys plus the girls, that is the total, to be represented by 11 divided by 11, or simply 1. So you're given the girls are 6 over 11. So how do you get the boys? So to get the boys, you take the whole fraction of the total, that is boys plus girls, which is 11 over 11, or 1. Then subtract the girls, you'll be left with the boys. So this will give 5 divided by 11. So now you have the girls are 6 divided by 11, the boys are 5 divided by 11. Now after doing that, now we get the ratio of boys to girls. So the ratio of boys to girls. So boys, the fraction for the boys is 5 divided by 11. Then the girls 6 divided by 11. This is how we get the ratio. You can see you have the common denominator, which is 11, multiply by 11 there, and then multiply by 11 there. So this will give 5 is to 11. When you multiply by 11, you get 5 ratio 11. 5 ratio 6. I'm sorry, 5 ratio 6, not 11. Sorry, 5 ratio 6. So once you divide out here, you'll be left with 5 ratio 6. It's there. So we go to the next question, that is question 5. A cubical water tank has a volume of 65,000 liters. Find the length of the water tank in meters. Find the length of the water tank in meters. So the cubical tank has a volume, that is a capacity. The capacity is given in liters. So for you to get the length of the water tank in meters, we need to convert the liters to meter cubed. So, and for that, we need to know that for 1 meter cubed is 1,000 liters, or 1 meter cubed is equivalent to 1,000 liters. So what about 65,000 liters is equivalent to how many meters cubed? So simply divide 65,000 divided by 1,000. So this will give 65 meter cubed. So that is the volume. And because this one is a cube, we get the volume by length times length times length, which is the same as length cubed. That is how, because in a cube, all the sides are equal. So length cubed, which is the volume, is given by 65 meter cubed. So now to get the length, you get the cube root. You get the cube root of L cubed, then the cube root of 65. The cube root of L cubed, you get L. When you get the cube root of 65, you have to use the table for that. Let us use the table. We can use the tables of cubes to do that, or simply you can use a calculator, whichever. There are no instructions on whether you're supposed to use the tables or the calculator, so you can use the calculator. So the cube root you press shift, then x cubed, then insert 65 there. So this one gives you 4.02. 4.02 as the solution. So that is correct 2 decimal places. That is how you get the length. So by simply getting the cube root of 65. We got question 6. Question 6. James worked out a question on indices and got the answer as x squared. Which of the following is equivalent to x squared? So we start with A and see which one will give us the solution as x squared. So for A, we have x to the power 6 times x to the power 4. We use the laws of indices. When you have the same base and you're multiplying the two numbers here, we simply add the powers. So this will be x 6 plus 4. So that one will give x to the power 10. That is not equivalent to x squared. So we go to B, x to the power 6 raised to the power 4. This is the same as x to the power 6 times 4, which will be x to the power 24. So that one again doesn't give x squared as a solution. We go to C. C is x to the power 6 divided by, that is division, x to the power 4. The law of indices, when you're dividing and you have the same base, you subtract the powers. 6 subtract 4, and this will give x squared. So that one gives us a solution. We don't need to proceed from there. That is the one that is giving the solution as x squared. So we go to the next one, that is question 7. Question 7. Stella bought 2p minus 3 divided by 2 kg of maize and p plus 1 divided by 3 kg of beans from a cereal shop. How many kilograms of maize and beans altogether did she buy? So you simply require to add these. So the kilogram for maize, which is 2, p subtract 3 divided by 2, you add with the kilograms of beans, which is p plus 1 divided by 3. So how do you add these two? Simply get the least common multiple of 2 and 3, which is 6. Then take 6 divided by 2, that is 3. Then multiply that by 2p plus 2p minus 3. Then 6 divided by 3, that is 2. Then you have to add this plus. So 6 divided by 3, that is 2. Then multiply by p plus 1. So open this bracket. So this will give 6p. Subtract 3 times negative 3, negative 9. Plus 2 times p, 2p, 2 times 1, plus 2. Like that, everything divided by 6. So this gives, like terms together, 6p plus 2p, that will be 8p. Then negative 9 plus 2. This is the same as 2 subtract 9, which gives negative 7. So that gives negative 7. So negative 9 plus 2 is the same as 2 subtract 9. Then everything divided by 6. So that one is 8p subtract 7 divided, that is answer is B there. So question 8. Masinde sold 2 shirts and 3 trousers for 2,100. He later sold 4 shirts and a trouser for 1,700. Determine the cost of a trouser. So 2 shirts, we will let the shirts to be S, 2 shirts. So let the cost or the price of shirt is equals to S. Then for a trouser, 1 trouser to be T shillings. So the cost of a shirt, S shillings, the cost of a trouser to be T shillings. So 3 trousers, 2 shirts will cost 2S, and then 3 trousers will cost 3T, and the total will give 2,100. Then 4 shirts, 4S, That is the total cost for 4 shirts. Then for a trouser, one trouser is just T. That one is 1700. So you're supposed to determine the cost of a trouser. These are simultaneous equations, and you can use any suitable method to solve these. So I'll use elimination, and these are going to use elimination. You can see we have 3T and T. So I want to eliminate T, and I will do that by making T to be uniform. So you can see this one is 3T and this is T. So how do I make this to be 3T? By simply multiplying it by 3. So you multiply the whole of the equation 2 by 3. So the first equation, you're not multiplying that. But the second equation, multiply 4s times 3, that will give 12s. T times 3, 3t. And then 1700 times 3, this will give 5100. So subtract 2s minus 12s, that is negative 10s. 3t minus 3t, we have eliminated that. Then 2100 minus 5100, that is going to give negative 3000. So when you divide both sides by negative 10, this one by negative 10, negative divided by negative gives a positive. So this will give 3000 divided by 10, 300. And that is S. So S is equals to 300 shillings. So what about a trouser? For a trouser, we are going to use this equation. We are going to use this equation 4s plus t is equals to 1700. Not the one that we have multiplied, but the original one. 4s plus t is equals to 1700. We substitute when s is 300, so 4 times s, that is 4s plus t is equals to 1700. So this will give 4 times 300, this will give 1200 plus t is equals to 1700, like that. So t will be given by, you simply take this one to the right hand side. So you're going to subtract, take 1700, subtract 1200, like that. And so t will give 500. So 500 is the cost of a trouser. So by simply using elimination method. Question 9. A window decoration grill made from an iron rod is in the form of an arc of a circle, radius 6.3 centimeters. If the angle at the center of the circle is 120 degrees, find the length of the arc. Find the length of the arc. So how do we find the length of the arc of a sector of a circle? Because this one is forming a sector of a circle. So to get the length is for question 9. The length of the arc of a circle is given by the angle at the center, which is theta, divided by 360 multiplied by 2 pi radian. So that is how we get the length of an arc of a circle. So the angle at the center is 120 degrees. We divide that by 360, multiply by 2, multiply by the pi. You're going to use 22 over 7. And then times the radius, which is 6.3. So that is what you're supposed to do. Then from there, you can simplify this. 120 divided by 120 is 1. 360 divided by 120 is 3. Then 7 divided by 7 is 1. 6.3 divided by 7 is 0.9. So use a calculator to work out this. When you multiply these, 2 multiplied by 22 by 0.9, everything divided by 3, that gives 13.2 centimeters. So that is the length of the arc. We go to question 10. An open cylindrical tank has an internal diameter of 8.4 meters. The height of the tank is 2.4 meters. The inside part was painted. What is the surface area painted? So this is a cylindrical tank and it has an internal diameter of 8.4. One important thing to note, it is open. So if it is open, it means when you're getting the the surface area. I'll just do a rough sketch here. So because it is open at the top, when you get the sketch, you'll only get the surface area of the bottom, which is circular in shape. So these will represent the curved area or the curved surface area, that rectangle when you open up that cylindrical tank. And then the bottom part, this is the bottom part, which is in the shape of a circle. So when you're getting the surface area, you'll get the surface area of a rectangular part. This is the curved surface area, plus the area of the bottom, which is in the shape of a circle. So we start with the curved part. So the height is 2.4 meters. And for us to get the area of the curved part, we get that on by pi d multiplied by h. So h is 2.4. So this length from this point to this point, we get it by getting pi d. That forms the circumference. So pi d. Then the bottom part, we get it by pi r squared. So let's get the length of this rectangle, pi d. So it will be 22 divided by 7, then multiply by the diameter, which is 8.4, like that. So this will be this length, pi d, that will be the length. Then we multiply by the height, which is 2.4. So the whole of that is giving us the area of the curved part of this cylinder. So the curved part of the cylinder is given by pi dh, pi dh. And then we add the bottom part. The bottom part is the shape of a circle. The area of a circle is pi r squared. The radius is 4.2. The diameter is 8.4. So that means the radius, we divide that by 2. 8.4 divided by 2. So it will be 4.2 squared, or 4.2 times 4.2. Like that. So plus pi r squared. So to get the surface area of the part that is going to be painted, it will be the curved part, which is pi dh, plus the bottom part, which is pi r squared. So use a calculator to work out these. Use a calculator to work out these. So 22/7 times 8.4 times 2.4. So for this specific part, for the curved part, you will get 63.36 centimeters squared. Then for 22/7 times 4.2 times 4.2, that will give 55.44 centimeters squared. So therefore the total area, you add 63.36 plus 55.44, that will give 118.8 centimeters squared. 118.8 centimeters squared. So that is how you're supposed to work out that part. So we go to the next part, that is question 11. So question 11. So for question 11, Jeremy deposited 160,000 in a financial institution that earned simple interest at the rate of 12% per annum. After some times, he withdrew a total of 198,400. For how long had he deposited his money? So the question is asking about time. Time when this interest was earned. So for us to get these, first of all, one thing that we can get here is interest. He deposited 160,000, and then at the end of that period, which you don't know, he was able to get 198,400. So we can get the interest. So interest will be given by, interest is given by the amount at the end of the period. Then you subtract the initial amount that was deposited. The initial amount that was deposited. So you can see there's a difference. This person invested 160, then he was able to withdraw 198. You can see there's that increase. So that increase in the amount is what is represented by the interest. So we take 198,400, then subtract 160. So this will give 38,400. That is the interest. And then this is simple interest. So how do we get interest? Interest is given by principal times the rate times the time divided by 100. We divide by 100 since these interest is in percentage, so 12%. So interest, which is 38,400, given by principal is the initial amount deposited, which is 160,000, times the rate, which is 12, times the time. We're looking for that time, so we don't know it. We just leave it as 10 and then we divide by 100. As simple as that. So we are looking for time. So we make t the subject of the formula. So you can start by dividing these two zeros here. You get 38,400 is equals to, this will be 1600 times 12 times t, like that. So then from there, this will give 38,400 is equals to 19,200 t. So t will be given by, you divide both sides by 19,200. So this will be 38,400 divided by 19,200. And this will give 2 years. So 2 years is the period that money was deposited. So we go to the next one, question 12. We go to question 12. Muhira bought a piece of plot at 450,000. The land appreciates at the rate of 15% per annum. Find the value of the land after 2 years. So this is appreciation. For appreciation, you have two methods that you can use. So method one is where you use the appreciation formula. So appreciation formula is given by amount at the end will be given by the initial amount, then 1 plus the rate of appreciation, then raised to power n. So amount is what you are looking for. We are looking at the value after 2 years. So what will be the amount? So that is what you are looking for. P is the initial cost of this plot, which is 450,000. Then 1 plus the rate is 15%. And then the period is 2 years. N is 2. So you simply work out this. So this will be for 50,000. Then 1, this will be 1 plus 15 over 100 is 0.15 raised to power 2. So this will give 450,000 multiplied by, this will be 1.15 squared. So when you use a calculator to work out these, you will simply get 595,125. So that is the method 1. So method 2 of doing the same, you're going to, because the period is 2 years, so you'll start with the first year. You see what was the value after first year of appreciation. So this is how you get it. So we get the appreciation after first year. So for 50,000 multiplied by the rate, which is 15 over 100 times 1. That is times the first year. So this will give the appreciation here after 1 year. The appreciation will be 67,500. That means that for year 1 or first year, this land is going to appreciate by 67,500. So now when you're going to the second year, the amount will not be 450. So for the second year, the amount will not be 450. It will be 450 because now it has increased by 67,500. So this will be 577 577, 500. So this now will be the amount you're going to use for the second year. So now we see what will be appreciation for the second year. So you take 577, 500, multiply by the same rate, 15 over 100, times 1 on the second year. So this will give, the second year, this appreciation will be 77,625. So the amount will increase by 77,625. So now the final amount will be now after 2 years. So 577, 500 plus 77,625. And these will give the same amount we got, 585, 125. So those are the two ways you can use to solve that question. So now we can go to question 13. Question 13. Question 13. So question 13. Chumo bought a water storage tank on hire purchase terms. He paid a deposit of 12,000 and 12 equal monthly installments of 1,800 each. Calculate the cost of the tank on hire purchase price. So 13. So the deposit, so the cost will be given by the deposit, which is 12,000 plus 12 installments. One installment is 1,800. And he paid for a total of 12 months. So this is what is going to give us the total. So you simply use a calculator. So you take the deposit plus the installments. And the installments are 1,800 shillings for 12 months. So this will give, when you work out these, it will give 33,600. 33,600. So 33,600. We go to the next question, question 14. Question 14. Kilonzo's plot of land is in the shape of a trapezium as shown below. What is the area of the plot in hectares? So what is the area of the plot in hectares? So we need to start by getting the area of the plot in meters squared. So these are trapezium. So how do we get the area of a trapezium? It is half multiplied by the sum of the two parallel sides multiplied by the height. So this will be a half multiplied by the sum of the two parallel sides is 120 plus 80. And then the height is 60. So this will be a half, 120 plus 80, that will be 200 times 60. So these will be, so these will give 6,000 meters squared. Then once you get the meter squared, you convert the meter squared to hectares. Remember that 1 hectare is equivalent to 10,000 meters squared. So what about 6,000 meters squared? How many hectares are those? So you simply divide 6,000 divided by 10,000, and these are 3 zeros. These are, you remain with 6 divided by 10, which is 0.6 hectares. 0.6 hectare. So that is how we're supposed to do it. We go to the next question. The next question is question 15. The ground floor of an auditorium hall has the shape of a regular hexagon. What is the sum of the interior angles of the hall? So in simple terms, you're required to get the interior angle, the sum of the interior angles of a hexagon. So a hexagon has 6 sides. How do you get the sum of interior angles of any regular polygon? It is given by 2n minus 4 right angle. Or you open these, you can get 180n minus 360. So this is how you get the sum of any regular, the sum of interior angles of any regular polygon of n sides. So in this case, the number of sides is 6. So the sum will be given by 180 times n is 6. Then you subtract 360. So that is what is going to give the sum. So once you work out these will give 720 degrees. 720 degrees. Question 16. Construct triangle ABC in which line AB is equals to 7 centimeters, AC is equals to 9 centimeters, and CB is equals to 4 centimeters. Draw a circle that touches points A, B, and C. Measure its diameter. So first thing, we construct triangle ABC. So I'll start with the base, which is AB. Taking that as AB, and the length here, we mark A to be there. Then you take a measurement of 7 centimeters. 7 centimeters. So take 7 centimeters. So that is 7 centimeters. So with 7 centimeters, stand at A, and then mark that point. So this is point A. So this is point A, and this one is point B. So that line AB is 7 centimeters. So that is the first thing you're supposed to do. So this is 7 centimeters. Then AC is 9 centimeters. So take a measurement of 9 centimeters. 9 centimeters. So 9 centimeters. So that is 9 centimeters. So that is 9 centimeters. So with that measurement of 9 centimeters, stand at A. You stand at A and you mark an arc with 9 centimeters. Stand at A and mark an arc, big arc like that. Then from there, BC or CB is 4 centimeters. So now proceed and get 4 centimeters. 4 centimeters. So that is 4 centimeters. It is quite a small one. So that means I need to ensure that the other one was, let me first ensure that I extend this arc where I made 9 centimeters. So let me first ensure first and do that. So I'll repeat that so that I may make a big arc. That arc was not big enough. So standing, so I want first to make AC. AC is 9 centimeters. So standing at A and having a measurement of 9 centimeters. So I want to ensure that I mark a bigger arc standing at A there. So let me mark a bigger arc that is going to fall on that side here. Like that. That is 9 centimeters. Then now with the 4 centimeters, now we want CB. 4 centimeters. So 4 centimeters is like that. So that is 4 centimeters. That is 4 centimeters, you can see there. So with that 4 centimeters, I stand at B, and from there cut that arc. So now the moment you cut that arc, you will be the point of intersection. This point of intersection that is here, this now will be the point C. That will be point C. So take your ruler. I'm able to draw using my tools. I'm able to draw straight line without using a ruler. So take a ruler and join that point of intersection. The point is there. B again, stand at B, and also from B, join to that point of intersection, like that. So now that is a triangle. So that triangle, you have, this one is 4 centimeters, and this one is 9 centimeters. So after doing that, you have triangle ABC. Now you're supposed to draw a circle that touches point A, B, and C. So that is simply a circle that touches the vertices, the 3 vertices of the triangle. And that is circumscribing a circle. So to circumscribe a circle, or to draw a circle that passes through these 3 points, you need to bisect any 2 lines. Bisect any 2 lines. So I'll choose to bisect line AC. So how do you bisect line AC? So standing at A, then making sure that you have any convenient radius that is more than half of that line, like that. So standing at A, you mark an arc there, and also another arc down here, another arc there. Then with the same radius, go and stand at C. That is how you bisect. This is how you bisect a line. Then cut that arc, and then also cut the other arc. Cut the other arc there. Then join these 2 points of intersection of these arcs using a ruler. Like that. So join like that, and that is the perpendicular bisector, or bisector of AC. Then choose to bisect another line. I'll choose to bisect the other line to be BC. So BC. So standing at A, not BC, but let me bisect AB. AB is better and easier, but you can bisect any as well. You can choose the one that you like. I would like to bisect. So let me bisect AB. So standing at A, open your pair of compass more than half of that line AB, like that. And then with that radius, mark an arc there, and then mark another arc below there. Then with the same radius, stand at B, and standing at B, we stand properly. Yes, standing at B, you cut that arc, and you cut the other arc. Sorry, you cut the other arc, like that. Then join the two points of intersection of those arcs. Like that. So join points like that. And then now I would like you to look at the point of intersection of the 2 bisectors. The 2 bisectors of line AC and line AB is that point. So that is the point of intersection. So standing at that point now, using your pair of compass, standing at that point, now we want to draw the circle. So standing at that point, you draw a circle. And this is how you draw a circle. So you stand at that will be the center of the circle. Let me position it properly. So like that. And make sure that you have the radius touching at point A. Touching at point A. Like that. So standing at that point of intersection of the two bisectors of AB and AC, you just extend. You can stand there and just make sure you have the radius that touches one of the vertices. Like mine is 30, is touching A. So from that point now you can draw a circle, and that circle should touch those vertices very well. As you can see, touches the vertices very well. So that is how you draw a circle touching the vertices. Touching the vertices of that triangle. You're supposed to measure the diameter of that circle. So the diameter of that circle, remember that is the radius. So that is the radius. Whatever I've used to draw is the radius. So with that, I can simply come to the ruler here. You can measure it directly, or maybe because I've not changed anything, so my pair of compass has the radius. So with that radius, I can just stand there and then let me measure. So this is giving 4.8. It is 4.8. So the radius of that circle is 4.8. So radius is 4.8. So that means the diameter will be 9.6. The diameter will be 9.6. And that is how you're supposed to do that. The next question, question 17. The distance between two schools on a map is 12 centimeters. The actual length between the schools is 6 kilometers. Write a linear scale used in drawing in the ratio form. The linear scale is always represented in centimeters. So for this particular question, you have 12 centimeters represents 6 kilometers. So 12 centimeters on the book, on the graph book, represents 6 kilometers on the ground. So we need to convert to have uniform measurements. So you convert kilometers to centimeters. You know that 1 kilometer is equivalent to 100,000 centimeters. So what about 6 kilometers? So 6 kilometers will be equivalent to 600,000 centimeters. So that means that 12 centimeters represents 600,000 centimeters. So what about 1 centimeter? 1 centimeter will represent what? You just take 600,000, you divide by 12. So now the scale will be 1 centimeter on the map, and this one is on the map, represents, so when you divide this, you get 50,000. This will represent 50,000 centimeters on the ground, and this ratio, rate it as 1:50,000. 1 centimeter on the map represents 50,000 centimeters on the ground. That is how you're supposed to work out that. So we go to the next question. That is a question 18. Question 18. The diagram below is a net of a Christmas cup. You can see the sector there. That sector is the one that is folded to form a cone. So calculate the surface area of the cone. So to get the surface area of this cone, we are going to use the sketch of the net that is there. That net is in the shape of a sector of a circle, and it is represented by a major sector. That is the major sector. So when you're getting the area of the sector, remember, area of the sector of a circle is given by theta over 360 pi r squared, where theta is the angle, and the angle that is representing that major sector is 300 degrees divided by 360 multiplied by pi, which is 22/7, times the radius, which is 8.4 squared. So you simply need to work out these. So you simply need to use a calculator for that. When you use a calculator for that, and of course you can simplify these. You can try to simplify by 7, 1 by 7. This is 1.2. These and these will go. These will be by 5, 6 by 5. Not by 5, by 6, 5 by 6, 6. Once you multiply everything out here, you will get 184.8 centimeters squared. 184.8. For number 17, the solution was 1:50,000. It's supposed to be A.